Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Azure and AI Show. Um, we have Teresa, Cyrus in the US, and she's going to do some co-pilot stuff in Teams and some announcements as well for stuff she's going to do next week. And we have Joseph from Lagos in Nigeria. And myself, Frank Falvey from Cork in Ireland. So it's all about Copilot this evening, and Joseph is going to do demonstrations on what Copilot can do with Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So should be exciting. So Teresa, over to you.
Okay. So what I'm going to talk about yesterday, I came across some custom backgrounds in Microsoft Teams that it was for Copilot. Now, and I'm not sure if you guys were aware that there are some custom backgrounds available. I'll post the link in the comments below because it's not easy to find, but I remember stumbling across this like maybe 2 years ago. But I was out here yesterday and noticed that they have some new backgrounds with Copilot. Copilot is the Copilot craze right now. Everybody want to showcase it in some kind of way. So you have the ability to download them and upload them in Teams. So when you're on a conference call and talking about Copilot, you have it, you're showcasing it in the background. I do want you to be aware there are some other, backgrounds out here to kind of represent you and your personality. So there's Pride. They put the date on it, which was nice. These were provided last year in 2023. They have something dedicated for women's history, Black history. We're in Black History Month, which is February. And so they have some skins that you can download. So take a look at them there. It's really easy. Download them. When you are in Teams, and let me see if I can do this. I have to turn off my camera. Turn off my camera here. Okay, let's see. We got this to work earlier. Let me try one more time. Where were we? We were, it's not video effects. I know we were just here. Be nice to do with audio settings.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not meeting settings. Be nice. The camera is checked. One more time.
So go to settings, Teresa.
Yeah, I thought that's where we were.
We
did test this, folks. Be nice. The camera is marked. I want to close out one more time. Meeting info, effects and settings. Here we go. We were here. And then this is audio, and then the camera just came up. So work with me, camera.
Yeah, that's.
Try it over here. Sorry about that, Frank.
Okay, you'll get there.
What is it? Where's my window for Teams? Be nice to me. I've lost the window for Teams. Teams got to be a little bit. There it is. This is not going to work if I can't show my camera. So let me just walk you through. Let's see if it comes in nicely a little bit later. Well, once you get into your backgrounds, all you're going to do is just hit add. Once you download it from the website that we share, you're just going to upload it from your hard drive, and then it will be added in your list and you can apply it. And right now you cannot see it. And so you will apply it and you have it on your background. And we've done this before. The one thing that I wanted to tell you about too, while you're here, under decorative, decorate filters, hit start. So you have some new ones. You have the cleanup. The cleanup will take a picture of your background and clean it up. And one of the things, if I can be able to show you, they have the cleanup. They have where, based on my background, I have some vases and pictures on it, and it replaced it with plants instead. Celebration, it would give you something different, but it's really nice and clear with your background because it's actually better than some of the filters that you see here. So give it a try, because now in your office setting, Joe, I'm looking in your background. What it will do is just take your existing background and make it more of an image so you can reuse it every time. So I am a little disappointed my camera won't come up.
Yeah, do you see that drop down there next to the camera, Teresa?
Yeah.
So go over by the camera, got a little drop down there next to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Do you
get
see?
there, Frank. My mouse is.
Yeah, see that one there. Click on that there, and you
Yeah, see
see.
it. It says that's the my webcam. Let's see, and it's just not coming up.
Yeah,
I'm
but
going
yeah,
to.
but if you turn off your webcam, you see, then you should get the screen.
So I turned off the camera again on. There we go. I had to click it off again on.
Okay, there you are now. Yeah, that's it now.
Apply it. Turn it on. There we go.
Yeah, very
Okay,
good.
let's redo this. This is when you want to be able to cut that out. So under your filters, I showed you how to add, so there's no problem there. What I wanted to show you also is under the decorative, if I would hit choose, notice my background. This was my office. And notice I have stuff over here on my desk. And if I want to clean it up, I hit generate. And it would just clean it up for me. Now, I don't want to add it because I did not find a way to be able to delete them. And the reason is when I go to greenhouse and generate, because that's the one I wanted some plants. So it would add some plants in there. I have one that's already created because I wanted you to be aware. Make sure when you use the cleanup or use those backgrounds. I actually had this one. And so I was like, okay, good. I was going to join a meeting, and it cleaned it up with all the plants. But look, where did this guy come from? Right? So, and then there's a picture here, and I was going to get on this call, and I moved, and I saw it kind of scared me. I was like, oh, I got a ghost, in my image. So make sure you double check that because it is picking up. Now, what is there, and the reason why I'm not sure why a picture came up, and in a different race as well. My MVP trophy is there, so why did it pick up an image? And I'm not sure. I did give Microsoft that feedback. Same thing here. I just have a TC logo there, and this looks like an image of a woman's face as well. So I just thought that was a little strange. So make sure you inspect them before you start to use it. But as I was sharing with you, Joseph, you have a really nice background that looks like your office, right? Without, it's no clutter there. It's really nice. And so I use these a lot. Again, I was a little surprised that I could not delete this. So if I wanted to remove that one, because I don't want to ever accidentally choose this version, that I wanted to delete it, and I did some research and could not find it. So that's what I wanted to show you. Apologize for taking up a few minutes of not getting the screen up, but those are pretty nice and they're already there. And I'm going to close this one out now. The next thing that I wanted to share with you is because Joseph is going to talk about Copilot. And the last week I went to Copilot because I'm new to Copilot, and I said up copilot.microsoft.com. So I came to this page and notice I have my work tab and I have the web, and I can create prompts for either one of them. But I noticed that I didn't have the left navigation because I was wanting to go to my Microsoft 365, Copilot by clicking in the left navigation and come to this page. So what I ended up discovering when I was going through this process, trying to get both these up on the screen. When I was going through this, come on. Here's that one. Side by side. When I was going through this process, I started to notice there is some differences between them, right? And so I did create a article that I'm going to publish tomorrow that says spot the difference, just because between the two of them the layout is slightly different. They do the same thing, but they are slightly different. Notice that I see my chat prompts here, but in this window they are located in a different location. So stay tuned for that. It's going to again be published on LinkedIn tomorrow, and I do have it also in on Tech Community. So with that being said, Joe, I'm going to turn it over to you.
So that was a great presentation, Teresa. Even though you had a bit of some few challenges, but I appreciate your persistence and
Thank
the fact that we were able to get it done. I actually applaud you for that. Okay.
thank
So
you.
yeah, you've said a lot of things, and from my end is just to maybe add to what you said already. I actually had gone through this document here. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen now. So let me do that
Yeah,
quickly.
share your screen there now.
Okay. Uh, Share screen,
Yeah, just so
entire
I just don't
screen.
like being messy, and that was a little messy.
All right. So let me know when you can see my screen.
2 seconds there now.
Here we go. Right. I guess my screen is visible now.
Yeah, I just added to the stage there now, and there you go. You can see your screen now.
Okay, great. Let me take you to this document. You can
Same
see.
one.
So this is the official Microsoft document, and it's
Just a
most
second there
recent.
now. It's not visible yet.
I,
Yeah, there
I
you go
can
now.
see it.
So up now.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can see it now. Yeah.
Uh, okay, so like all of us know, Copilot is actually new, and everyone is just curious what's happening. What is this guy that everyone is calling? So Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365 and the requirement. Of course, I understand this is to be known by everyone who is looking into M365, and the document itself is recent, just within this month. Today is 10th, and the document was last updated on the 2nd of this month, so about 8 days ago. That's 1 week. So it speaks about the integration of Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365 and the Microsoft 365 application, how it enabled Copilot experience to take place inside individual apps such as Word, PowerPoint, Teams, Excel, Teams like Teresa just showed us, Excel, Outlook, and more, right? So as a result of this integration, the requirement for using Microsoft Copilot for M365 are nearly identical to the requirement for using all other applications, right? So the what you need to know before you as the prerequisites, the following are the prerequisites for using Microsoft Copilot for M365. Copilot for M365 requires the user to have the base license. So the question is, what are the base licenses? Of course, you know that, for example, you want to enable enterprise voice in Microsoft Teams. That is to be able to assign PSTN phone number to a user. You will need to give the user phone system license, and the option to give calling plan or to go for the other options is if the user wants to use direct routing or use Microsoft calling plan. So that is a way of digressing anyway, but it means that you will need base license, the Microsoft Teams, for example, for what I'm just trying to describe, and then you would need phone system license. And if you want to use calling plan, you need to go for Microsoft calling plan, which has local or international. So if you don't have Microsoft Teams, which is their base license, then you should not be talking about going for phone system or going for um, calling plan, right? So what I'm trying to express here is the essence of the base license, because Microsoft Copilot itself is actually an add-on license, I would say. So I would come back to this statement that Copilot for M365 requires the users to have the prerequisite base licenses assigned, that you can find a list of them, of course. So Microsoft 365 apps must be deployed, that the user uh, should use this guide to deploy the app. The one very interesting thing that I will show you today is that for copilots to work on the web, like the one we are going to demonstrate today, you must and make sure that your third-party cookies is enabled. So if third-party cookies are not enabled, then your copilot on the web is not going to work. What I mean is that if you go to the copilot, like Teresa just showed us, you cannot use it there if third-party cookies is blocked. So how do you even make sure that third-party cookies is not blocked or are not blocked in your browser. Of course, I'm on Edge, so I'll just go to settings. So if I go to settings, I will come back to, I will come to here, cookies and site permission, and then I should be able to go to manage cookies, and then I will make sure that this is turned off, because if this is turned on, it means that I have blocked third-party cookies, and this is a requirement for your Copilot to work on the web. It's very essential, right, that you take note of that. So I've just realized that I closed the document I had. Let me see if I still have it in my clipboard. Of course I should. I'm not sure it is that one. Give me a sec. Um, okay, so sorry, I may have to pick it up from one of my documents. Okay, it's here actually. Good. So I was saying that for Copilot to work, web online, Excel online, and the PowerPoint online, you need to have third-party cookies enabled for you. Very, very important. And I've shown you how to enable third-party cookies in your browser. So you need to review your privacy setting for M365 apps, because those settings might have an effect on the availability of Microsoft Copilot for M365 features. Okay, having said that, user must have, of course, you must have a tenant, right? And you must have an account, so you can add or sync users using the synchronization. That's about that. Then for Microsoft OneDrive, for all this, the way I'm interested in to explain to you is on the license requirements, because that's very important. The other stuff are basic things, but this is to be given attention, because yep, it is what determines if you can use Copilot. So license requirements. So Copilot for M365 is available as an add-on, like I mentioned earlier. So plan with one of the following license requirements. So looking at this list, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 licenses. But I'm sure that in the future, there may be consideration to maybe allow Business Basic to come in also. I can't say, but for now, we know that E1 is not here. We know that um, A1 is not here as well. We know that Business Basic is not here. So you should have the base license M365 E5, M365 E3, O365 E3, O365 E5. I'm sure this is not a class or a conversation to have around licenses, but it's important when opportunity shows itself that we distinguish between Microsoft 365 E5 and Office 365 E5, or Office 365 E3 and Microsoft 365 E3. So what's the difference between the M365 and the O365? So for the the O365 is simply the M365 is actually the O365 plus Windows 10 and Enterprise um, um, Mobility and Security, Enterprise EMNS, right? Enterprise Mobility and Security plus the O365 is what gives you M365. If you look at the maths that way, so M365 seem to have more security features than the O365, whether the E5 or the E5 or the E3. So from the enterprise line of view, we see that the E1s are out, right? For M365 E1 or M365 O365 E1 is not considered here. So moving on, you would also see that the M365 A5 for faculty. So for the A's, these are for academics, education license tenants, right? So for education tenants, you would require to have A5 for faculty, A3 for faculty, or Office 365 A5 for faculty, the same way they have in enterprise. Then coming to business licenses, and again, I have to state this. So, what's the difference between a business tenant from an enterprise tenant? So, a business tenant is a tenant that has less than 300 users, right? So, this is the category of the license for business. This is the category of license for education, and this is the category of license for enterprises, right? Now, coming down to the business part, we actually have three licenses here, and these three licenses are the business basic, business standard, and business premium. Okay, so for business basic, it's not here among the base license that can give you ability to go for the add-on license, Copilot license. So what this tells us is you have to at least have the business standard before you can go for that. I'm not sure the availability of that for apps for business. I'm going to do a research and see if what's the state. Of course, from what we have here, we can say apps for business license does not support Copilot, but I will still find out. So you can use Copilot from Trustify. There's a guide for it, and yeah. So this is about the theory of M365 Copilot. We'll just
And
dive
Joseph,
right in.
I will also mention that I didn't see the front line there as well. Frontline is not mentioned for Copilot.
Yeah, at all. Frontline was not there at all. So we can say basically that we have 10 licenses here. And for now, we should take note of this. Maybe we'll just look out for the updates of these documents in the future. There's no frontline F1. There's not nothing F3 or F5. There nothing. It's just yeah. So this is what we have at the moment. So there are quite a few things that we want to do with Copilot. So one of the things I tried my hands on was, of course, if you come to office.com, you would have Copilot down here. Teresa has already shown us that in her environment, so it looks very nice, and she has shown us also she has spotted the difference, and I'll be looking out for that document. That's documents tomorrow, so I can read and understand the difference. But I'll just quickly go on with this. So if I click on this, I would expect it to give me to open a page for me, of course. Okay, hold on. So if I go to office.com just from the beginning, office.com as the regular landing page for the office portal. So I should see this come up in a bit. And Copilot is one of them. So I will click on Copilot. So this is just a normal navigation to show me how it is going. So I'll just click on Copilot and it will load for me. Let's just give it some time to come up. So let's say, for example, that I am on leave for 3 days and coming back to the office. Of course, you know how it will be with your emails. A lot of stuffs are going to be have been flying in where you were not around, and you want to make sure that you attend to the top priority stuff before you move on to the next things that you want to do in the office. So for me, I so much appreciate this ability of Copilot to tell me what has happened in my environment. Actually, I would have done more trying to find out some things that can happen. But this tenant was created about 2 days ago to just for me to do some demos. So I would quickly show you something. Let's say, for example, give me so I'm telling Copilot to give me the summary of the emails I received in the last 72 hours. So if I hit enter, so it's going to, and one very interesting thing about Copilot is it's actually very interacting. It will tell you what is this doing. So right now it is generating, and I'm expecting it say, okay, I will look for your email, receive found. That may be relevant to you. So it's having an interaction with you, right? And it is saying that here is a summary of the emails you have received in the last 72 hours. So actually, before this show, I had to send some random emails to my mailbox, being a new mailbox, just so I can have something to show you on how this can put you on top of your productivity. So now I was not around for the past 3 days, and I'm just entering the office this morning, and I decided to say, okay, let me have my work planned and well arranged so I don't miss out of anything important. By going through my mailbox can be a bit tasky, right? So it is done, and it will tell you, look at it now. Say, here is a summary of the emails you have received in the last 72 hours. That this morning you received an email from this sender with the subject proposal. Like I told, they're just fictitious email. I just pushed just so I can have something to demonstrate on this class. So that contained an executive summary. So this is the email. So it's even giving me like a tip of it, summary, a staple of all kind of annual reports, leadership learning plan, and all of blah blah blah. I'm just seeing this so that I can know, okay, so this person sent me an email. I'm going to look for a way to respond to her or him. And then I'll come here also that this morning as well, that you also received an email from this other sender with the subject business proposal that contained an executive summary. So if I come here too, I'm going to see the summary. Basically, I think it's the same email that I push from different accounts to my accounts, just so I can see examples of what I need to look at. So looking at this, yesterday morning, you received an email from this sender with the subject heartfelt gratitude for your exceptional contribution, expressing gratitude and appreciation for your contribution and dedication. And then on Thursday afternoon, you received an email from yeah, this was when the account was created, and I was given audio conferencing license with the subjects you now have audio conferencing for Microsoft Teams. Here is your dial-in information and PIN information. That audio conferencing for Microsoft 5 team has been turned on for your account, and the provision for, it's just giving me a summary of what has happened so far in my organization. So now what I can do, for example, I want to do my to-do list. Now that I'm back, I'll just click on copy, and I may just want to bring up my notepad, and I say, okay, let me put it here so that I can put it by the side, just so I can attend to this one after the other. Here's a summary. This morning I received an email, so I'll keep this by the side and I'll trash them out one after the other. And I see that is a very cool feature. So let's now go to Outlook to see the emails that I actually received, to see if they are same with what Copilot told me it received. So I'm just waiting for that to load up for me. Okay, so we are here now. So it's telling me that, um, you would see that this first email here was from this person, right? This person here, and then the next email here is from this person here, and all of that, right? So it's going to correspond with what I have here. So I can now come and try to respond to these emails. Let's see what happens and what Copilot can do for us when we get to the emails. Now I am here in the email, and the email is long, right? For example, I want to have a summary of this email. So something, I'm expecting Copilot to come up here soon, just so I can use it to summarize this email. So it's supposed to have come up here, but let me hit on reply and see. Okay, so I'm expecting, yeah, sure. So I see this email. Let me come back to it. Copilot just came up. I think it was loading. Let me click this one close and maybe open this one. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to see how I could use Copilot to summarize, but we will still get back there. But yeah, good. I think I'm here now. So I did that just to scroll up, of course. So Copilot is new, so everyone is learning it. Everyone is learning what is available here. So summarized by Copilot. So let's say I don't even have the time to go through a long email. I will just click on this, scanning your email. So the good thing is it interact, looking for thoughts and all of that. So the email itself is long, and it should just give me a summary by this person sent an email with with the topic this. Then the email contain an executive summary of business proposal. The goal of the executive summary uh, to introduce the company to the buyer, provide an overview of the company goal, showcase this. So it will summarize everything that I need to do, right? So the good thing about this is interested in collaboration, draft with Copilot. So this is just maybe like a guide, I would say, proposal not suitable. This is just like a coach telling me how to. So what is very interesting to me is how to draft with Copilot. If I want this to respond to this person, I can just say, what do you want this email to say? I want you to acknowledge the email, and notify her or him that I will revert. Okay, so let's click on generate. I'm just thinking that on top of my head, and I'm hoping that that will come up. So what is here right now is you can't start editing this. So you can either regenerate if it's not suitable. So anything you would like to change, you can make the changes. You can say make it more polite, depending on how you see it. And then you hit on this, and then it's just going to regenerate that email for you. I'm sure it should be maybe more polite. I didn't read the other one, so I'm grateful for your email and the information you provided regarding the executive summary. You have clearly explained it and all of that. So what I can do next is I would like to say, okay, keep it Copilot. So that's the only time I can add my comments. I can, try to. So I must state it here that yes, it is an AI, but it's not perfect. So you have to see it as a collaborator, as a working colleague, not believing that it can do everything perfectly. So there are errors that can be found in it. So it's advisable that you read through and you make your corrections. So if I want to add some other stuff to it, of course, I can decide to say dear, and I could actually add added this to it. But yeah, so I'm just trying to show you how you can also include your own thoughts into the email, right? So you could actually have done this with Copilot as well. So yeah, that is just it. And here we go. So at the end of the day, it's all fine. Okay, so if you want to edit format the text, of course, you can also do that. That is a normal way of doing emails, right? So when this is done, you can decide to now send it out, and then it will just go out to the user that you are responding to. The same thing happens if you come here, just scroll up. So I just discovered that you have to scroll up in each email to see the summary by Copilot. So some other emails came in as at this time. So I will just say summarize with Copilot. Of course, it's a very long email. I deliberately sent the very long email just so we can see what Copilot can do. So it's pulling stuffs together, and you see this long email here. Copilot has decided to bring it smaller. So now it is telling that AI generated content may be incorrect. So this is like what I was trying to mention earlier, that you have to make sure you see it as a colleague, that you are working together,
Joseph, can
not.
I add something here? The
Yes,
the
please
other the
go
other
ahead,
thing
Teresa.
you were just mentioning where the AI generated and you got your thumbs up and thumbs down. Make sure that you either, if the content is good, let's do like 80/20. If it's good, give it a thumbs up, or if it's way off mark, give it thumbs down and give Microsoft that feedback. What was wrong? Provide them with your prompt and share with them why you felt like they missed the mark on their content. They're really asking for that type of information.
So can we look at this and see if this actually meets, and we can also give our thumbs up or thumbs down, the case may be. Okay, so let's see. Sent an email to express the deepest gratitude and appreciation for your understanding, contributions, and dedication to the project, organization, or team. They acknowledge your hard work, commitment, enthusiasm, exceptional performance, which have made significant impact on specific outcome or result. They also recognize your positive attitude, willingness to go ahead and beyond, and unwavering support for your colleagues, which makes a valuable this, and appreciated you for personal contribution and making this. I'm sure this is the content of this email. Of course, it's just those random emails, and I would say that this was good. And yeah, of course. So yeah, like Teresa mentioned, so something is going to pop up for us to say, yeah, good experience, right? Teresa, what can I write?
Right. Yeah. It's really, I find that with PowerPoint that I'm always doing some thumbs down. So letting them know that something is not working properly.
But this is fine, right?
Hmm.
So we can at least give them a thumbs up here, right? So you mentioned PowerPoint. I think we'll be going to PowerPoint soon. So the same way, we could actually use this to generate a reply and just come back here and say, okay, Copilot, help me draft with Copilot. write a reply, write me a reply. Okay, I will just hit on this, and it's supposed to give me an email that should be saying, thank you for your kind words and recognition. It is an honor to be part of such a great team. I look forward to working with you. So if that is fine, like we mentioned earlier, you can just click on keep it. So we need to quickly leave Outlook and let's dive right into PowerPoint. Okay, so this is PowerPoint here I have open. So Copilot is always showing up here after it is fully loaded. All right, so if that is the case, then what you can do, there's actually a Teresa, I'm sure you've used this very well. So what's the difference between create presentation from, okay, this from file that I already have in existence. So add a slide about, what is this?
So let's say that you already have a presentation, you already have 10 slides, and you want to add another slide. So you can actually say, add a slide about and the topic, and then it would fill in that content. It would add images, it would provide you bullet points, whatever
Oh,
that you have. So you can create starting from new. The second one is if you have an existing,
file.
file. And then the third one is if you want to add additional slide, because I find that they're only providing like 5 slides, maybe 10. But whoever, too many people don't have short presentations, so you may want to add more detail.
Oh, that's fine. So let's even say that we want to create a new presentation on this show, and what we are considering is for us to say, okay, for this show that I was unable to create a presentation before the show, and we want to do that right on this call. So create a presentation for me to introduce the integration of Copilot to Microsoft 365. So Teresa, can I specify the number of slides? Are you sure it's going to pick that?
I've tried that a couple times, and because I said I wanted, 7 slides, it's a hit or miss, and that's where that thumbs up, thumbs down come into play.
I want to say
So
take it to 10 slides and let's see what happens, right?
Right.
yeah, two,
O-
yeah.
Okay, so let's hit it and see. So of course it's going to working on the proposal. So one thing I enjoy about Copilot is the interaction between you and the system, telling you almost there, just trying to calm your nerves. Don't feel it's too long, pulling things together and doing stuff, still working on it and such
And
like that.
and while
So
it's generating, I could tell you there's sometimes that it would say that it is generating and it is giving you the results, and it did not. So watch out for that. And again,
okay,
thumbs
okay.
up, thumbs down.
Yeah. So what I done when it gave me 5 or 6 slides, I just wrote down the end. Can you give me 6 more slides? And it'll just
Okay.
regenerate the whole thing, and then you'll have 12.
Oh, that makes sense, right? Let's see what happens with this one that we have now.
The other thing that I'm wondering too is because you said integration Copilot to Microsoft 365. If you remember, this was kind of built off of the Chat GPT 3.5, or doesn't matter what number, but from Chat GPT. If you remember, at one point they said that any data that's in the last 2 years may not be available. So that's the reason why you might be having trouble, since this is new information.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's something
Yeah, that's true. That's
something to
true.
test, right? Something to
Mm-hmm.
test if it's picking up new
The new
information.
information. Yeah, sure.
You know,
Okay, let's even see what happens.
um, yeah,
So
I'm gonna have to test that. I'm gonna have to write that one down.
yeah, I was doing a few demonstrations with it, and I found what was quite cool is that they give you kind of the first slide. You see that one there? The first slide you have there now, Joseph. It's a kind of
Yeah, yeah.
it's like a
Mm-hmm.
little movie GIF. So if you, how many slides did you get? 10?
Yeah, I got 10, but they are not yet loaded, so I'm not sure if they are all there.
the other thing that you have to watch out for too, I notice if you scroll up that I find that some of the templates that I'm getting, they're the same for every presentation because I'm testing this a lot. So I kind of get the same look and feel for each presentation. You can easily change it, but I wish that it would give you something slightly different. I almost find that version that what you're looking at is what I just used last for our journey to the cloud presentation at the beginning of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Different images, but the same colors and template.
Oh, I see. So, could this be network related delay or what? Or is it still loading?
Well, I can't, I
Okay.
don't know if it's still loading or
They are
not, but
they are
it is. Yeah, there
okay.
it
They are
is.
all up now. We may just want to do a slideshow and see what happens from beginning.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see.
all those boxes on the thing, they'll start moving.
The other thing
Mm-hmm.
is nice too. It gives you speaker notes.
Mhm.
Take a look
Let me
at your speaker notes. Yeah, they actually put information in their speaker notes. So, as you're doing your presentation, you have notes.
that makes sense. Oh yeah, yeah, I can see. Yeah, yeah, I can see that already. Wow. Okay. So let me do next and see. Okay, so let's see what is even gotten for us. Introducing the integration of Copilot to M365. Going down to this, what is Copilot? Copilot is an artificial intelligence tool developed to OpenAI. It uses machine learning to offer suggestion for writing tasks. It can help with anything from drafting emails to writing codes. Okay, this looks very nice. Integrating with Microsoft 365, Copilot is now integrated with M365. It's available for use in applications like Excel. This just what we did. Users can access Copilot from within the application and get suggestion on the tasks to handle. Okay, so how it works, this is looking nice. Copilot uses machine learning algorithm to analyze codes or text. It then suggests relevant codes or text based on the context of tasks. Looking nice. So this is the benefit of integration. Increase productivity, efficiency, improve the quality of work produced, reduction in workload and stress for users. Potential drawbacks, what are they? Over reliance on Copilot can lead to a decrease in critical thinking and creativity. I think, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I
So,
think they're pretty good.
mhm, mhm,
I
mhm.
know the feedback that I gave them when you look at these slides and knowing that you're going to present them, I felt like the bullet points font size, is a little bit too small. And I think
Oh,
that by default they should make them a little bit larger so you don't
okay.
have to go through there and clean them up. They did say there was that you could actually tell PowerPoint to either change the font and change the size. I have not been successful with it yet, and I know a few others have reported that as well.
Yeah. What I done there, Teresa, was, if you have this slide open now, and up on the right hand side, you can see next to Copilot, there's Designer.
Hmm.
If you click on Designer, it will give you a load of different slides related to all the same text. Did you try that one?
Joseph is driving.
Yeah, Joseph.
All right. So not all users may be comfortable with AI
Yeah.
generated
So if
content.
you if you just go out and go back to the PowerPoint page, where you're
Close
making
out.
the slide.
Close out of the slideshow.
Yeah.
Hit escape.
Okay, so hold on. I think I'm going to press F5 or so.
Hit
Okay.
hit
Escape.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's just refreshing. Oh, that was supposed to be escape. Yeah, we are back.
if you
Okay,
go
so
to slide 2.
Okay,
You were
so
saying,
go to the next slide now. Let's go down to the next slide.
Slide 2.
okay.
Okay, so do you see up on the designer?
Hit
Can you
design.
Design
see?
here, right?
Um,
Designer on the far right. Keep going to the right.
do you see on? Do you see
Mm-hmm.
on the
Here, right?
bottom? Yeah,
Hmm.
see yeah, it's on the bottom right. Yeah, that one. Click on that one. So now it's going to generate new slides here on the right hand side.
Okay.
Yeah, see that, Teresa?
Hmm.
So if you want to get different slides, if you want to have your picture on the right, on the left, see?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So you can, there you
So
go.
I think Teresa was talking about the, yeah, Frank, this actually makes a lot of sense. I think she's also talking about the size, the font size as well, right?
Yeah.
Because I find myself. I mean, you can go in change the
And
layout, but
practically change
right.
the font
But
from here, right? Yeah.
I just thought there was if they made them just a little bit larger because thinking of the end user in old eyes like mine.
So Frank, this designer makes a lot of sense to me as well
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of course it tells you where you want the image to be and where you want the text to be as well, right?
yeah. So
That
like
makes a
if
lot of
you
sense.
integrate, if you're using Copilot and it generates the slides, and if you want to just kind of give them a different slant, use the designer then to,
Hmm.
But I still find that same color template, I just used it last week. I mean, it was the exact same thing, right? So
yeah,
I think that again, with millions of people using it, I would hope that they kind of give you something different each time because I see that layout a lot.
So what do we have here? Designer, try it this way. To get designer idea, limit your, okay, it was generating. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So this guy here is in a circle, here is in a square, it's a square or rectangle now. Is in a rectangle, right?
Yeah.
So it now depends on what we want. That makes sense, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
But I'd say, Teresa, it's in its infancy, so they have only so many styles of images. So I'd say, in a couple of months' time, do you remember like Designer when it came out first? You could only do certain amount of things with it. And then over time, after the year, there was lots of stuff like
Well,
removing background and
I get different images. I think that the variety of images that they're providing from one presentation to the next is okay. It's that color, that background color, that what I'm seeing a lot of. You know, when they first generate your presentation, I'm seeing that same
same purple color.
right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
so here, what is here? I think we
You
could
can change
also.
you can change the color now of your slides.
Mhm, mhm. But
I
overall, I think.
um um just so you know, Joseph, that there are I found some improvements that could um, is needed when it comes to the PowerPoint. Again, I just encourage people to make sure they provide them, and Microsoft is asking for this feedback because they want to make it better for you. And so, as a MCT, and you test this, provide them that feedback so they can incorporate it.
Definitely,
I always
definitely.
share. Yeah, I actually had in my presentation, this is what failed and this is what was successful, and I provide the prompt and the results so they can see it.
Okay. So I think we are almost on the top of the hour. So Teresa, I want to say thank you. This is my first time meeting you, and I appreciate it. Okay, Frank, we were together last week, so I just
Yeah,
want us to maybe put it to a close here. Next week, I'm also going to do a research. I hope I will still have access to the license. If that's the case, we may just continue. Otherwise, Teresa can continue because yeah.
yeah. We could do some
So
stuff on maybe Word and Excel in
yeah, I wanted to do
Copilot.
that because
I
I have actually gone to I have gone to Cargo to spool out a public data set. Let me just show you. I think I should have that
I'm
in
glad to see
here.
they added that the co-pilot icon in Outlook because it wasn't there for me. And Frank, I know we're getting close, but I've been getting a lot of questions on tech community. Where do you go to purchase Copilot? And I don't know if I would be able to have 5 minutes to share that once Joseph is done. I'm not rushing you, Joseph, but I would
So
because I know.
Teresa, I'm rounding off. I'm rounding off now, so you can take that. But you see this, I do not see the Copilot in the Outlook application. I don't know if you want to say something about that.
In my version of trying to click it onto new Outlook, and I do know I thought I saw something that Copilot is coming to classic Outlook. I'm curious to see what that looks like. And in my version, I did not see the Outlook icon in the ribbon. So in your version, I was glad to see it.
Oh, okay. So I will just end it here. So it's just for me to toggle on the new Outlook, right? To have the experience. Hello,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
well, in your previous
can you
preview,
still hear me?
I mean, you had it. So
Can you still hear me?
yeah. Can still hear you. Yeah.
Yep. So I'll just toggle this on and see if it's going to come up for the new Outlook. Okay. So Teresa, you wanted to show us how to get the Copilot license, right?
yeah, because I had quite a bit of
Hello.
folks. Let me bring it up on my
Yeah,
screen.
yeah, yeah. Joseph, Teresa's going to show us there now how to get the license.
Okay, let me see. And it's
Okay. So
actually
I'll just
tricky.
you can just present your screen and that's fine.
Okay.
So there was an announcement there that by 2027, 60% of all computers that are going to be shipped or sold is going to have artificial intelligence on them.
It's pretty neat. Um, so, like I said, a lot of people on tech community said, "Okay, I." This one guy said, "I have 180 something employees, and I'm interested in Copilot. How do I purchase it?" And so, if you don't have, if you already have a Microsoft 365 subscription, go into your admin center to your product license and then download it from there. That would be the easiest way because then you know that you are actually downloading the right application. And so he came back to me and he said, I don't even have, I don't need, it sounded like to me he doesn't even have the Microsoft 365 application. And so it wasn't easy for me to find it here. So I'm going to walk you through. If you go to Microsoft.com, and when I looked here, obviously you're going to click Copilot, right? But when I went through here, this was more so taking me to the free version of Copilot and not how to purchase it. So I will give Microsoft this feedback. Look, it's taking me to that copilot.microsoft.com. So not been able to purchase it. So keep that in mind. So I had to actually click. Let's do this again, because it wasn't easy. So I actually had to click Microsoft 365 and pricing and plans, because here you at least be able to get to, because think about the folks for, personal and family plans. How do you purchase it? When you scroll through here, I'm pretty sure if you're scrolling through here, you're not going to see Copilot join here. The only thing that I noticed was the Copilot Pro. You had to click this link to be able to consider about purchasing it. So they didn't make it easy for people to get to try to buy it. So that's at the personal plans. If you are a business and you scroll through here, and if you go to the bottom, you will see add Copilot to your Microsoft plan. So some folks are being frustrated. Some of them, if they're business or academic license, they kind of know what type of plan they have. It's more so the personal and family plans. They may not click on that Microsoft 365 and to be able to navigate. Again, even for me, I went through and started scrolling. I would have thought they should have a link down here
Yeah,
where
to
they put
Copilot.
their plan
Yeah.
details, because I almost missed this, right? So, and they may even react to Copilot Pro, because they don't know. We as IT professionals, we know because we're staying very close to it, but nevertheless, they will have to hit that link to be able to get to it. So
Oh,
again, I'm going to give Microsoft that feedback, because I'm seeing on tech community people are trying to figure, because he was a little frustrated with my answer. And again, if you was in the admin center, Microsoft 365. Oh wow, it didn't remember me. If you go to the admin center, oh, this is it won't let me go to the admin center because this is Microsoft. Um, they probably won't let me make it to the admin center. Nope, because this is not my account. This is the sandbox. One more. Come on, mouse. Be nice to me.
yeah, yeah.
If you go up under billing,
Billing.
purchase services, you'll see this. So my thoughts are, I have a business standard plan, and so I would feel more confident purchasing my Copilot from here from my primary account. by going through this step. I know that
Yeah.
some folks may not have access to the admin center, but this is where I will be most comfortable because I know that I'm buying the correct Copilot for my application.
So
So that's
Teresa, one thing to add, when you click on this, it's going to request that you create another billing account, right?
yes, yes, there's a lot going on here. So make sure you take a look and read this detail.
Mhm. Because I tried doing this, I had to create a second billing account for Copilot.
Because I thought that I heard from Caruana that when you get Copilot, after your trial period, you have to commit to a whole year. It's not just, hey, I'm going to have it for 1 or 2 months. You know how you have some plans is the month to month. You you may be billed monthly, but you have to commit to a year.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be helpful to
Yeah, definitely.
just because
Definitely.
there's a lot of questions about where how do I purchase it and what to purchase. They
Okay.
just came up yesterday.
So, guys, we're just after running over a bit of time there. So, next week we'll probably do more stuff on Copilot, as it's a very big AI topic at the moment. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
thanks, Teresa, for clearing that up. And we'll be here next Saturday at the same time for the Azure and AI show. So, thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you,
Thank
Frank.
you, Frank,
Yeah.
for giving us this platform.